Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
There is okay. Namaste, Hardeep ji. There is no electricity at my place currently,
Namaste.
but I hope I am audible. Okay.
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. There is no use of whiteboard. I don't think you can see the whiteboard even if I will write because there is no electricity currently. But let's see if it will come back. We will write on the whiteboard and you can take the notes. So before we start with
But
the opening.
whiteboard is visible.
Is it visible? Whiteboard also?
Yes.
Great. Because in my window it is not visible, but okay, good. Now, first we will start with the opening prayer. So I will chant and we will both chant Om after one time. Let me chant a mantra first. Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Amritam Gamaya. Take a long breath and chant Om one time. Om. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much. So, yesterday, what have we seen yesterday, or what have we studied yesterday about some of the muscles and the actions with those muscles, like the major group of muscles we have seen. Can you tell me, like, up till where or which muscle we have seen? In the yesterday session? I repeat, can you please tell me, like, up till which muscle we have seen? Like, have we completed the muscles of our legs, like quadriceps or gastrocnemius, or all the muscles on the hips, on the legs, on the thighs? Have we covered it, Hardeep ji? I'm asking.
Yes, sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Okay, so I was asking, have we covered the muscles on our legs, like all the muscles, like the muscles on the thighs, muscles on the calf or on the shin yesterday?
No, we have just covered just a second.
Which stuff? I mean, up till where we have covered?
We have covered upper pectoral major, bicep muscles, tricep muscles.
Okay, only upper body, not the lower body.
Only upper body, not lower body.
Okay. So for the lower body, we have the muscles on the legs here. We will just write it down. On the lower body part, on the leg, on the front of our thigh. So front, on the top of thigh. Which muscle you find here on the top of the thigh? The muscle name is quadriceps. Then this means we have the group of 4 muscles. Quad means 4. So the group of 4 muscles on the top of the thigh makes up quadriceps. Again, the second one I will write at the back on our thigh. So this is on the front and the top of the thigh, quadriceps. Now on the back, on the thigh, the group of muscles we find hamstrings. Hamstrings. This is all about our legs. The muscles on our hips. The muscles on the hips, buttocks, are to be known as gluteus muscle. Are you sure? Can you see the whiteboard? Because in my screen it is very dark. Like what I'm writing on the whiteboard, can you see it clearly?
It is dark.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like, even if I will write, it will be dark. So I was asking this before. So the muscles, oh, we have vertical. So the muscles on the top of our thigh, known to be as quads, the quadriceps, whereas the muscles on the back of our thighs are known as hamstrings. So there are the 3 sets of hamstrings makes up our muscles. Those are our biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus. These are what 3 types of hamstrings, where we have at the back in our thighs, below our buttocks, hips, and the muscles on the top of the hips are to be known as gluteus muscle. What? Gluteus muscles. Again, the muscles on the top in front of our thighs will be known as quadriceps muscles, whereas it made up of 4. Quad means 4, which is in the front on the top. At the back, hamstrings. On the top, quads. And on the hip, gluteus. This is what in our upper leg. So the quadriceps muscles also made up of 4 major sets that are vastus lateralis, vastus medialis, vastus intermedius, and rectus femoris. So these are the 4 names of quadriceps muscles. So 4 muscles make our quad in front, which gets engaged when we do like the knee flexion or the knee extension. So when we extend our knee, the quadriceps gets contract. This is what you have to write. So when do quadriceps will get engaged? Our quad, when we will extend our knee. So in the knee extension process, it will get contract. Our quad on the top. And when we will flex our knee, that means when we will bend our knee, that time our hamstrings will get contract. That time our hamstrings will get contract. For the glutes, we have to bend our hip bone joint, not our knee. For quadriceps and hamstrings, we have knee bending and knee extension. So knee extension in the quadriceps to get contract, and in the hamstrings, knee flexion to get contract. But to stretch the hamstrings, we have to extend. To contract the hamstrings, we need to flex or bend our knee. Then the muscles in our lower leg. In the lower leg, in the front, on our shin. In the front side, we have the tibia bone. In front, lower leg, we will write here the muscle tibialis anterior. Anterior means in the front. Just major muscle I will write. And at the back of our lower leg, at the posterior, we have two muscles that is known as gastrocnemius. Gastrocnemius muscles you find in your calf. Like we have the calf, you find those muscles in your calf, the gastrocnemius. We'll show you the major muscles. Just tell me if I am visible clearly in the back camera here. We'll stand over here. We remove this down. Am I visible here completely? The back people, Vadika ji and Hardeep ji. So, hello. The muscles on the top of our thighs known to be as quadriceps. Now, the muscles on our buttocks known to be as our glutes. Then the muscles here at, we'll give it more down the camera. The muscles here at the back of our lower leg, these two muscles in our calf, these are known as gastrocnemius muscles. These are known as gastrocnemius muscles. As well, the muscles in the front will be known as tibialis muscle, tibialis anterior muscles. So these are what? The major muscles you find in our legs. In our legs, you find these major muscles. So yesterday we have seen in the upper body. Today we have just written down the major types of muscles in our lower part of the body.
Can you
If
please?
you can,
It's not looking clearly.
can I please what? Repeat.
It's not visible properly. Can you please zoom it? Or
Zoom. Okay. Or I will keep my whiteboard other side. But there is no bat. Can you see or no?
no, I can't see.
Okay. Then wait a second. I think I will keep the whiteboard over here at the back. Maybe you can see over here. Is it visible now? Can you see now at the front of, on the top of the thigh, you will see the quadriceps muscle.
Now.
Quadriceps muscle will be on the knee extension. I have not written the word properly. The knee extension. Then the back on our thighs, we have the muscles. Those are our hamstrings. And hamstrings muscles, when we do knee flexion, on the buttock, on the hip, we have the glutes muscles. Then in front, on the lower leg, below our knee. So below our knee, in front on the lower leg, we will have tibialis anterior muscle. And at the back of our lower leg, that means on the calf.
Fifth one is not visible.
Which
Fourth number and fifth number is not visible.
Okay, so number 4.
Written TIO. Fourth.
Okay. So here, TROCNEMIUS. This is anterior. This is at the back of our lower leg. Visible now? This one is C. So gastrocnemius. Tibialis anterior. Clear? Hardeep ji, Vadika ji. So tell
Yeah,
me yes or no.
yeah.
And
Thank you.
great. Yeah. Now we proceed further. So apart from this, we'll keep my camera over here. Now we have certain regions of the spine as well. We have the certain regions of the spine as well. So those are the lordosis, kyphosis, and scoliosis. I will write over here. Now give the next heading, the regions of the spine or the back and the spine. So the back and spine, the next heading. Give the next heading, the back and the spine. And in that back and the spine region, first we will see how our spine deviates and what are that deviation known as of the spine. So the first one is lordosis. Here we have studied in the musculoskeletal system our spine. So this is what our spine and our vertebra that we have seen. This is the normal spine. This is what the normal spine. But when the people have lordosis, for example, if this is a human and the spine of this human, if he will have lordosis, it will be at the lumbar region. So this will be straight, but in the lumbar region, the spine will have a big curve. So the spine will have the big curve in the lumbar region at the down section. This section is known as lordosis. So people with the lordosis problem has the curvature in the lower back. Is this cleared? The people with the lordosis has the curve in their lower back, more curve. The people with the normal spine will not have that much big curve, will have the normal curve in the lower back, normal, not completely big, which leads to pain and inflammation. So lordosis will have pain and inflammation. Now, for this lordosis, we have to see what kind of postures are needed to get rid of this lordosis. So what postures we can do to get rid of lordosis? Those postures names are, this is a section of yoga for health. So yoga for health, and the topic is back and spine. So in the spine, in the lordosis, what will be helpful here? We will have Paschimottanasana. Do you know what is Paschimottanasana? Yes. Anyone, Hardeep ji or Vadika ji, what is Paschimottanasana? Then we will have the Balasana or the child pose, I will write. We will also have Supta Pavan Muktasana. Do you know this posture? I am asking the question to you both. Anyone can answer. Then these three important postures are what will be helpful for the people who are suffering from lordosis. That means when our back and spine is curved inside. Inside means towards the anterior side of the body. Here is the face, and the spine is moved inside, and it will create a big curve in the lower back. Then those people need to adjust their back and spine with the help of these basic asanas. At least that means they should practice the seated forward bend, that is Paschimottanasana, or they could practice also the standing forward bend. Here I will write that is Uttanasana. As well, they could lie down on their back and practice the Supta Pavana Muktasana, that is the wind release pose. Here I will write down wind release. Or they can sit on their knees and just bend forward and lie. This is what the four important asanas for lordosis. Just tell me, have you understood what is lordosis first? The curvature of the spine. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So these four postures helpful when we do or when we have lordosis, so that our spine will bend forward and this curvature will be in proper line. You know the first and the fourth asana. Okay, so the first one was seated forward bend. The last one was standing forward bend. Okay, you know this. Then you know this balasana, that is simple. So whenever we will sit on our knees and when we will practice the child pose, you don't know the child pose or the rabbit pose? Do you know? Or can I show about the child or the rabbit pose? Let me see first if we can demonstrate here. So this is the second pose, the child pose. This one is the second one, the child pose. And the number 3 is wind release pose or Supta Pavan Muktasana. That means when we lie down and when we will hold our knee like this. So the curvature in the lower back, it will get in a proper shape. So when we will raise and hold our knee, bring our head up, this will get released from the lordosis along with the first and the fourth asana. Cleared? Yes, people? Okay. Now, we have to see the next. So we have this normal spine. Then we have the problem of lordosis, people having. Now we will see the people who have the problem from kyphosis. So I will erase this and will write some asanas for the people who have kyphosis. But before that, we need to know what is kyphosis. So look at the same image of the same human. Now, if you will see the kyphosis, the problem in the kyphosis is the spine is curved in the thoracic region. This in the human, the spine is curved in the thoracic region. So this is what? A big curve in the thoracic region. Below the spine is correct, but the curvature is here. So that curvature is known as kyphosis. The previous one, the curvature was here in the lower back. That curvature was known as lordosis before, which we have seen now. Now we will see kyphosis. So what we have to do if the person has the kyphosis, what postures are helpful for that? Can you tell me if you know? Like our cobra pose or the snake pose or sarpasana. Here cobra pose, bhujangasana. Sarpasana, snake pose. Even you will have to do like bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana, also helpful. The bridge pose. So also you can do like the camel pose or Ustra. So there are many postures, but I will just give you in short, like at least some basic postures which will help to get rid of this problem, kyphosis. Okay. So first you tell me if you understood kyphosis and about the postures. Do you know about these postures? What is the cobra pose? Bhujangasana. Have you done this cobra pose before? Yes or no? Yes. Then Sarpasana, snake pose. Have you done that before? Yes. Again, bridge pose, Setu Bandhasana. Have you done it before? Again, yes or no? And about the Ustrasana, camel pose. If you know the camel pose, then that also will help or are the back bending asana, which will help our spine is to get back in shape because the curvature of the spine is behind. So if we will do this back bend like this, then this will go in. The vertebrae with the cartilage disc will try to fix in one line if we will bend it back. This is what the posture for the kyphosis. For the lordosis, if we will do some forward from the lower back posture, it will fix the lower spine. And also we will have the scoliosis. So I will write down the next scoliosis. We'll erase this. I'm holding the camera, so sorry for today. Like our camera will move all the time. In one hand is my camera. So now for the scoliosis means the S shape of the spine. So this whole S of the spine is known as scoliosis. Okay. Now, to get our spine in the normal shape, what postures or what we should do for this scoliosis? A very basic postures for this scoliosis means the most important here, I will write Gomukhasana, can be done. We can do up dog and down dog flow, upward facing dog and downward facing dog as well. Then we can also do the triangle pose, Trikonasana, and we could also do like Tadasana or our mountain pose or Tiryak Tadasana. Okay, so first you write down these postures, then I will tell you. This 4-4-4 we will write today. So Gomukha, up dog and downward facing dog, triangle pose and Tadasana, mountain or palm tree pose, or mountain pose you can say, Tad. If you have written down and if you know this posture, let me know. If you don't, I will demonstrate what are these. Cow Gomukhasana, our cow face pose. Yes, Arjitji? Mountain, Trikonasana, triangle.
Just show
Clear?
Gomukhasana. Other I know.
Gomukhasana, simple cow face, but most important, okay, I will show. So we'll keep the camera more behind. In the Gomukhasana, here we need to grab our arm. So to bring our spine in one line, we have to grab our fingers on our back with both the hands. This is what behind the cow face pose. But you can also practice this cow face pose by keeping our legs on the top of each other. But the important is to grab your hands. If you cannot grab your hands straight,
Yeah, I got it.
then you have to hold the strap or the belt. This one is the cow face posture, which will make any bended or twisted or the curvy spine to get back into the normal shape, to bring that spine into back in the normal shape. Triangle, if we have S curve, we can bend to that side to bring the spine or adjust our spine. So spinal extension of the with the triangle. Tadasana, our mountain, simple. We can also do it with the arms up here, and we can also do Tiryak Tadasana, that is what? Swaying palm tree or at the sides. So this is what the more important part. To bring back our spine in the normal, we have to do some basic postures we need to know. For lordosis, that is the lumbar curvature. Then for the kyphosis, that was the thoracic curvature, and scoliosis, complete S curve of our spine. Clear, Hardeep ji?
Yes. Can you please show me your whiteboard again?
I would like to ask you again. Yep, you see the whiteboard first.
Just want to write asana name a little bit. That's it. Thank
Got it? So I would like to ask you, have you chosen any topic for the next week, like annual day? So on what topic you will present something in the next week about anatomy?
No, I have not done yet. I am in the process of it.
Okay, so we have tomorrow the last day for it in the Saturday. So from the next week before we can discuss about it. So tomorrow, until tomorrow, will you give it the topic and the day?
I can give after Rakhi. Actually, I'm out of station right now.
Okay, so you're out of station.
Yeah.
Okay, no problem. So in the next week we can see after your Rakhi as well.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll give you topic after Rakhi.
Oh, but we can have to do in the next week about
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I'll give topic
Okay.
and next
Okay.
to or next to next day I'll present.
Yes, just give the topic and the name and the day. Then you can present in the next week. So you can just think about it today, what we have to, or what you have to talk or speak about
Okay.
on which day, like this,
Okay. Okay.
and then present it in next week. Yes. Okay. So we end the session just by chanting one Om at the closing or one prayer. Yeah. Take a long breath and chant Om one time. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you so much and see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thank you.